So guys, I'm going to be showing you the very best grow a garden seed macro, as well as the best macro for the entire game. This works on both Windows and Mac, and I'll show you a full guide on how to install, run, and do everything. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get right in this video. By the way, like always, I am doing a Game Pass giveaway. If you guys do want to get entered into my Game Pass giveaway, all you guys have to do is leave a like on this video, comment your username down below, and do make sure you hype this video. Anyways, make sure you go ahead and do that to be entered in the giveaway, and let's go ahead and get right into this video. All right, so the very first thing we need to do is go ahead and download the macro. Now, this is going to be able to automatically buy seeds, automatically sell stuff for us. There's a lot of really good features that are in this macro. So, all right, so the very first thing we need to go ahead and do is go ahead and download the macro. So head over to the link in the description below and you'll see my website right here. Scroll down to this very first link right here that says best AFK macro and auto clicker for Mac and Windows. Go ahead and click on this. It's gonna take you over here to Exopanda, and there's actually some pretty nice stuff over here. So if we head over to Exopanda Hub, you want to scroll past this. This is the full Exopanda macro, but what we need in this is just the recorder. You could also technically download the auto clicker. So as you can see right here, we have the Exopanda recorder for Windows and Mac. Now, a lot of people say, well, why don't we just use TinyTask for this? The benefit to using this over TinyTask is there are a couple of things that are going to make this a lot easier to set up that TinyTask doesn't have. So I'm going to go ahead and download this for Windows. All right, and then right here, you need to go ahead and unzip this file that just downloaded. So go ahead and click extract all like so. By the way, I will be showing you the Mac version here in a second, how to download that. It's going to go ahead and try to extract. Go ahead and click extract. After that, this folder should open right here. And now if you go down to your search and you search up Exopanda Recorder, you should see the app right here. All right, now we have the Exopanda macro. Now this looks similar to TinyTask, however, there are a lot of other things that are better about this macro, which I will explain while I'm setting this up. So first thing we need to do is set up always on top. That way we can go into full screen and set up the macro. It doesn't have to be in full screen by any means, but that does help. So now, as you guys can see, there's recordings that you can save. You can record, playback, and then there's preferences. So obviously we just went into preferences. Now, the very first benefit to this macro over, TinyTask is that it can actually record your scrolling in and out. So for example, if I record this and then I click, I forgot what my stopping key is. I don't know. I'll just click stop. So if I click F10, which is my playback, as you guys can see, it can actually scroll me in and out. Unlike TinyTask, it can actually do scrolling. Anyways, let's get into exactly what you guys need to go ahead and do to set up this macro. So very first thing I'm gonna do is reset myself at my garden. Very first thing we need to do is go over here, make sure we know what the record hotkey is, F9. So F9, then go ahead and click on garden, make sure it resets, and then click seeds. Then click E. As you guys can see, it's gonna record your input. Make sure to scroll all the way back up to make sure that it's always set up. And then go ahead, click on what you want to buy. So for example, we'll buy this. And these are the ones I'll buy. And then click this, and click this, then click this, depending on whatever you want to buy. And then we'll go ahead and scroll all the way back up. And then we'll go ahead and X out of this. And then let's say, for example, we want to just go back to our garden. Then we can have it go back to our garden. And then I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording by clicking F9. And now we have the recording right here. So now if we want to save this and call this, I don't know, grow a garden seeds or something, we can go ahead and click save. And now we have the grow garden seeds right here. Now we can go ahead. You don't have to save it, but I just saved it in case I want to reuse it. Then you guys are going to go ahead and click F10 to replay it. It's going to go ahead and click exactly what I just did. Boom. As you guys can see, it's literally doing all of it. It should also scroll all the way back up. So right now it's trying to scroll up in case for whatever reason it left it unscrolled. And then go ahead and it's clicking all of these different things just like that. Boom, for us. So we have a fully set up TinyTask, and this is going to be on Windows. Obviously, this is better than TinyTasks because it can actually scroll down and all that crap. So yeah, that is how you guys are going to go ahead and macro on Grow Garden. Now I'll show you guys how you can actually run this on Mac. All right, guys. So now I'm going to be showing you how you actually go ahead and install this on Mac. So go back to the tools page or click other tools if you're still on the home page. Click on the Exopanda recorder. Click on the Mac download page. Now, once you're on this page, it may make you watch an ad. That's obviously because this software is free to use for everyone. So obviously the developer's got to make money on it somehow. Go ahead, click the download for Mac button. Go ahead, click allow. And now go ahead and click on the installer. Then it's going to basically ask you to drag the Exopanda recorder to your applications folder. And then it should be installed. So now if you go to your applications, when you try to run it, it's going to say Exopanda recorder is an app downloaded from the internet. Are you sure you want to run it? Obviously, Apple checked this for malicious software and found none because this is signed and notarized by Apple. So go ahead, click open. Then it's going to go ahead and ask you for some permissions because Mac is a little bit more strict. So as you guys can see, click open system settings and it's going to tell you what you need to select right here, accessibility for playback. So go ahead and enable accessibility if it's not already. All right, guys, so we now have it booted up and loading after we enabled those settings. And as you guys can see, we have all these different options right here. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and make sure always on top is enabled, which it looks like it's having trouble saving. That could be a bug. Obviously, there are a couple of bugs with this, but if we want to go ahead and record, we can see that our recording is F2 and our playback is F3. Now, do note, depending on what type of Mac you have, you may have to click FN, F3. Same for the other keyboards and stuff like that, but you can also change these keybinds to whatever you want. So I'm going to go ahead and record a macro, which is going to be F2. All right, so now we're recording. I'm going to go ahead and click on seeds, and then I'm going to go ahead and click E. Then I'm going to buy. Oh, there's a lot in stock. And just buy all of these. Make that my macro. Scroll back up to the top and then click on this. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on the garden. I'm going to click F2 to get it to stop recording. Here is the other window. As you can see, it's recorded 897 events. So we can go ahead and save this one as well if we want to as a seed shop or something like that. Go ahead and save that. But then if we go ahead, the playback is going to be F3. So if we go FN, F3, obviously on certain keyboards are different. As you can see, we have the playback fully customizable and working on Mac. And a lot of people have been asking for a Tiny Task macro for Mac. So this is finally an alternative to that. So regardless of if you're playing Grow a Garden or whatever you're playing, you can now fully use this. It's fully customizable. It's absolutely amazing. I know people have been dying for something that is as similar to Tiny Task as this is. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, please make sure to leave a like. Helps out the channel a ton. We're on the road to 300,000 subscribers. It means a lot, and I will see you guys in the next video.